One, we're totally going off roading today. Totally. No war, no rumors of war, no civil war. We're gonna, what? We're gonna stick to something. Hold on. I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it. All right, waiting for a few people to get on. Hi, guys. Raya says, hi, guys. Okay. All right, so I thought it would be really funny because I did this last year and I'm quite obsessed. I don't know. I got like a little bit on the bunny trail um, of the Eurovision. Now I know like Eurovision songs and all of the song reveals. And what I didn't realize with this cult called Eurovision is that like when the songs are revealed, which happens over like a couple of weeks up until the actual contest in May, that there's a bunch of like these fanatics that are out there that immediately on their YouTube channel they do like this review, like a review of each song, and then they start chatting about it. It creates all this like excitement and energy of like which song and who's going to win and what they like, and like they rate the songs. And so last year was pretty much intrigued with that. And I probably should back up because if you're American and you're watching this, you're like, what is Eurovision? Like, what are you even talking about? And why are you not talking about like Syria or the psychoticness happening here, or the fact that Israel shut off electricity to Gaza? And who's protesting that? The families of Israeli hostages in Gaza are saying like, oh my God, no. So anyway, so all that's happening right now. Wait, just 1 second, bear with me. Lucas, do me a favor and close the door to the room over there so I don't have to hear Daniel watching a video. And Raya, you take your video in the room or put it lower. Distracting. Okay. So I know it was kind of a joke. Okay. So anyway, so yesterday, okay, so wait, so let me tell you about last year. So last year I was particularly interested when Israel released its Eurovision song first, when they picked the winner, because the winner of the Israeli Eurovision is chosen through a song contest. It's like a reality show, live singing contest. And the one who came in first, she was really amazing. I mean, she's powerful vocals and everything. So it was like, oh, great that she won. But like, that was the absolute worst year for an Israeli to have to go to Eurovision, because it was like the height of, the anti-Israel sentiment. And, the war had started like 7-8 months before that. And of course, all across Europe are these pro-Palestinian protests. And the contest itself was in Sweden, I think, right? It wasn't Switzerland. I think it was Malmo. Yeah. So it was like, it was just like bound to be a disaster. Like, she did have security. She had this, she had that. Anyway. And then also the voting is somewhat based, like some of it's based on the judges and then some of it's based on the audience. And it's like all of Europe votes. You can't vote for your own country. You vote through you text message, whatever, but you can't vote for your own country. Anyway, the first time I watched it was way back in the early 2000s when I first got to Israel and had never heard of Eurovision, as you would expect. And suddenly, there's like this big flurry of some of my international friends and Israeli friends, but who were like, oh, we got to watch Eurovision. We're going to be watching Eurovision. Hold on a second. Guys, can you please put it lower?
Mom, I can't even hear myself.
Could you go in your room? Go in your room. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I'm like, all right, yeah, I'll watch it with you, whatever. It turned out to be like, I started watching. I'm like, oh my God, the 80s called and they want this event back, because it was like, just, I don't know, it was bizarre. It was preposterous. It was like, it was tacky. I don't know, there was just so much about it. I was just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe, like, it was like a train wreck as well. Like, you couldn't not watch, like, you couldn't turn away. And to some extent, it's still like that these days. But I was very, very interested to see like what the response was going to be to the Israeli singer. Like, are they going to like the Israeli singer for her song? Or are they going to hate her because she's Israeli, and how that was going to turn out? And though had heavy security there last year, and in any case, she ended up, I think, coming in fifth. And a lot of that was due to the popular vote, not the judges' vote. So it turns out it was great. Oh my gosh, Emily, you are so right. That's right. I don't need to explain Eurovision. All you have to do is go to, I don't know if it's on Netflix, but Will Ferrell has a movie where he plays like an Icelandic singer. Um, and it is so accurate that it's almost not funny, but it's extremely funny. Yes, Elf. Yes, formerly Elf. And then an Icelandic singer. Anyway, it's like so funny. So, I mean, bombastic. I don't know what to say about the concert. It's the contest itself. It's crazy. But everybody loves it. It's really big. So the Israeli singer didn't do too bad after all of that. So this year, this of course, the big deal in Israel, like it's big singing contest, and then whoever wins, whatever, it's great exposure. And then they just so they have the contest, and then they have the buildup for the song, and then they release the song in like a 3-hour episode where you're just waiting for 2.5 minutes. Anyway, so that just happened last night. So today I did it again. I went on the bunny trail where I wasted way too much time of my life watching total amateurs on YouTube analyze these songs and watch their reactions, but I can't help it. Like, it's just like, anyway, just go to YouTube and write in your like Eurovision 2025 song reviews, and you will get like, I mean, you can just pick a country, like just watch Israel or watch Spain or Norway or whatever, just and you just like lose brain cells. But it's so funny, and I just wanted to see like how they're going to react. Like, are they going to get their politics in there, or are they going to be like, yeah, let's just listen to the song? Last year was all about like, we're not going to mention the politics, we're just going to talk about the song itself. This year they're not even saying that part, they're just getting right to the song, and they seem so far to love it. So I don't even dare play for you the song. I'm just going to show you something. I'm just going to let you see you can just see, this is the official Yuval Raphael, and the song is New Day Will Rise. And here you go. Here's a reaction by whoever this guy is here. Here's another reaction. Here's another reaction, and another one. These guys are just cuckoo. I mean, you see, these are all reactions. Now, I've watched quite a bit of them already, I'm embarrassed to say, and they're not even like fully out. Wait. Hi, Laura. What is the name of the Eurovision movie with Will Ferrell? Anyway, let me stop. I don't want to get another copyright strike on my channel, so we are not going to listen to the song together. But I highly recommend that you, even if you're not watching live, just pause this video and go listen to the song. And I want to know what you guys think. So, of course, if you are watching live, then as soon as I check it, as soon as I shut up, you can go watch the video and then let me know what you think. So it's called New Day Will Rise, but you can also just search Eurovision 2025 Israel, and you'll get the song, and you'll get a lot of reactions. But anyway, the funniest thing, because this is what struck me, and I was like, I have to share this with somebody. So first of all, the amateur reviewers crack me up because they're usually like not quite teeny boppers, a little older, and they have huge followings on YouTube and everything. But so one of them is like, I'm so surprised she's singing in English. By the way, like almost every Israeli singer in the last 4 have sung in English, at least 4, if not more. And I'm so surprised. Oh, she's singing in English, and then like, what language do they speak anyway over there? Do they speak Arabic? They speak Arabic in Israel, right? And then, by the way, so this one, Yuval Raphael starts singing in French. Like first she's singing in English, and then she starts singing in French. And the guy's like, "Oh, is that Arabic? Is that the language they speak in Israel?" And he goes, "It sounds kind of French." It's like, it's totally French. It's actually French. So Yuval Raphael is the singer who won. And she was previously not known, as a singer, but has sung like in her house. And they just had the whole show yesterday where she was like embarrassed to sing. She was shy. She wouldn't even sing for her parents. And then suddenly she does this show and it's like, now she's going to be on like the world stage. She spent several years growing up in Geneva, Switzerland, and that's where she got her French. So she speaks French like a native. And her parents said, like when they moved back to Israel, that she was still speaking French more than she was speaking Hebrew. And so at the end of the song, she also sings in Hebrew. And I think it's the line from Song of Solomon, "Many waters cannot quench love." And that part's in Hebrew, where it was, I guess, originally written. So that's pretty cool. But most of it's in English. So the song is like a ballad. It also has like a little bit of like, it feels French. Like it feels like it could have been like a French style, like how the wording is. I don't know if I'm describing that right, if that makes any sense to musical people, but it's like sort of how the lyrical flow and the music with it sounded like it could really have been all in French. Um, it's got like a Broadway type ballad appeal, I think, which I think was pretty really like it's very emotional. It builds up and it's very emotional. And she has the powerful voice and the raspy voice going on, and so amazing. And the video, because they all do a video that will somehow be replicated on stage, and it's so different from last year's. That's another thing. So last year, the song that Israel chose was Hurricane, and it was also like a powerful song, um, more of a beat than this one, but still like hard to explain. Also very vocal, a lot of high pitched vocals. But the video was very powerful. It was Hurricane, whereas this one, the vocals are very powerful, but the video is very serene. And so here's where the politics comes in, because it has to, of course. Two things. First of all, I wanted to see if Gail weighed in on that, because I'm going to check, because she said something about that. She didn't write back yet. Okay. That last year's song, Israel had to change the lyrics, otherwise it would not have been admitted. The European Broadcasting Union said it was too political. It was getting too close to talking about the war, because originally it was called October Rain. And of course, October 7th, the attacks, whatever. So they changed it to Hurricane, October Rain, Hurricane. And it worked out. It was accepted and it scored pretty high. And, but this one, the video looks like a bunch of like young people going to an outdoor music festival. And of course, the outdoor music festival, the Nova, was targeted or was hit on October 7th, when Hamas came in, and there were, I don't know how many, if it was 1,000 or thousands in the field, like ready for, it was an all night concert. They were going to be there all day. And almost 400 were killed. Several were kidnapped. And it looks like it's kind of has that same feel. It looks like the Fields, sort of. It's a bunch of young people picnicking, camping out, whatever. And here's where the other parts you up take it up another notch is that the singer herself, Yuval Raphael, was at that concert, and like there on October 7th at 6:29 when the sirens started going off, and just hundreds of rockets being launched, and her and her friends fled with along with many people fled. At first people were like, what's going on? Some were just like immediately out of there. Others were like, let's stick around, see what's going to happen. But she was with some friends, one of which was like, no, let's go. And they got in their car and they started going. And if you know anything about what happened there, if you look at the geography, where the concert was, it's right on the border. It's like in a field that's like border with Gaza. And so there's one specific highway, goes north south, and so everybody was like taking that highway, and really you just go north, there's really no going south. But Hamas had already blocked that road. There were like several checkpoints there, or checkpoints, several like blockade, like they blocked the road, and it was like traps actually. So so they're heading north, Yuval and her friends, and like they see a car like going the other way, and the guy's like, no, don't go that way, it's blocked, it's terrorists. So they decided to get out of their car and go into one of like the roadside bomb shelters. And I've seen these bomb shelters, some of them like they're different sizes, but this particular one I didn't realize until I watched the special last night, where she went back to that. It is seriously like about as wide, I don't know, like not even your arm span, not even your whole arm span. And it got crowded, like because there were so many people fleeing the concert area, and it got so packed. And the terrorists were going by all of these bomb shelters and going in and shooting or throwing grenades inside. And the one she was at, they were just shooting. And I think in the end, like she ended up being in there for about 8 hours. And there was like a pile of, she was probably saved because of the pile that she was under. And so anyway, and I'm also like editing my words because like there's 2 kids sitting right here. So anyway, I would say that the best thing to see her story would be to watch a specific documentary. Is it out? I'm going to ask Lydia Morgan, who is actually, I see that she's commenting right now, because Yuval was also, I don't want to say featured in a documentary that was done by Jerusalem Institute of Justice. She was, would you say, like a client who ended up, through these testimonies that were being done for court cases, the documentary was born. So, and that's way before she featured in Eurovision, actually. So let's see, she features in our documentary, which is called Saturday, October 7th. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, you should plug it, Lydia. In fact, Lydia, if you can post a link, if people can watch it, that would be great. I was privy to one of the when you aired it a couple times, like the sneak preview of this documentary, and it's so well done that I cannot even believe. Like I feel like I definitely want to do a story on your documentary. Like I want to interview one of you guys, Lydia, because just the way it came about, I think, is a story in itself. But of course, then there's the stories in the story, which are overwhelming. So anyway, Yuval didn't just win because she was a victim. Yuval won because she's an amazing singer. But her story, And if you look at the lyrics, New Day Will Rise, Everyone Cries, Don't Cry Alone, talking about saying goodbye, but you're never really gone. And like, I mean, just brilliant, brilliant lyrics. I think this really established Karen Pellis as like a genius songwriter. I think this is the second, at least the second one in a row. She did Hurricane and this one, and it's not just the lyrics, but the lyrics are amazing, and also the fact that they're in English, and the English is like so like very impressive. Like I would say as a writer, but that she's writing, that's not her first language she's writing the song in, but not just that, it's that it fits the voice of the singer, like because the song Hurricane fit Ed Gulan, and this song fits Yuval like amazingly. And also the music, so if you're a musician, just like the piano and the violin that in this segue the song from one part to another, just like genius. So I would say go check that out. Okay, Lydia says it's still only private viewings currently. Okay, well, the world is waiting. The world is waiting to see that documentary. I mean, I've seen a few October 7th documentaries. This one definitely stands out. So check back here because I'm going to interview somebody about it. So anyway, so that's it. Like, why talk about war? The song, talk about the song. Go watch the crazy reviews, and which I think are so funny, and like watching these kids, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I wouldn't get on and say like I don't know what language they speak in Norway. Like I'd look it up first. I would just want to know before I got on the video, but they don't. They just go and they got their 100,000 views, more than that, whatever. And I'm just like, amazing. I love how the world works these days. Anyway, so New Day Will Rise. Yuval Raphael's going to be singing it, and if you are looking for more on Eurovision, you're on your own with that. Anyway, thank you for joining. That's it for the non-political, non-war version of the Inside Scoop Jerusalem for tonight. And I'm gonna call it a night. All right.